Okay, excuse me, and welcome to the... That's fine. Welcome to the live stream After Dark. This is Baldur's Gate. Now, here's the deal, guys. I accidentally started this on my other YouTube channel, so I'm just going to go ahead and just do a new game with the same character that I had before, which is probably a blessing in disguise, because who wants to sit here and wait for me to make a character? You know, what I would have to do is I'd have to roll, and this is what I'm talking about here on abilities. I have to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and roll until I got like 90 plus, and I just don't think that would take so long, and it took so long the first time, and I'm just thinking it's better for everybody if we don't have to go through that. So what I will do is I'll do a new game, import character file, and we'll go down here and pick this guy. This is a elf, a very flamboyant elf, I might add, which is consistent with my personality. I already did that, and we're going to do male 2.
Your life ends here. Your life, I alone.
Yep, and then we're going to do... I already picked this name. Infine, yeah, is that... I already picked that name last time, I guess. It was done by the random elf name generator on, if you just Google that. So that's going to be our character. He's a true neutral mage, elf, male, good stats, as you can see. 18 intelligence is key, 17 dex for armor class bonus, 16 constitution for hit point bonus on level up, and then wisdom's high for spell defense, charisma's high for reaction adjustment, strength is carry weight. We are going to do magic missile and sleep as our 2 spells, and I'm going to just go ahead and get this going. We're going to do normal. Difficulty?
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. For the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know if the audio cut out there. I clicked over and changed the game on my live stream. Okay, so basically, to summarize what we just heard, we are a ward of this guy named Gorion, and Gorion is troubled. Something happened. He got a letter or something, and he's all paranoid about it, and he wants us to get ready and leave. So here we are in this building. I went inside. I guess I should have explained a few things before I came in. This is the inn of the little town we're from, or where we grew up, and it's called the... what is this place called? Candlekeep Inn. Okay, so we start the game right outside the inn, which is a pretty common RPG thing to do. And, you know, this is kind of the overview. It's kind of an isometric world. Most of you who are watching this probably have played this game before, or played similar games. It's on the Infinity Engine, I believe. So it's isometric view, 2D, but it simulates 3D with an oblique perspective. Our character is this guy. We're a mage. not very good detail when you zoom in, but when you zoom out, it's fine. It's kind of an interesting art style that they updated significantly since the original version. Also, you can zoom out with your mouse wheel, and you can see pretty much the whole area, but even if you can't see the whole area, you can press M or click on this button here, and it will take you out here with points of interest and everything. You have the storehouse and the priest quarters and the clinic and so forth. Basically, this is a keep with an inner curtain and an outer curtain. It's actually a heavily fortified area, but yet it's basically a library. So it's a weird setting. It's as per D&D standard operating procedure. It's a excuse me. It's a fairly overly complex world. So we're gonna go in. We left click to move around here. And here we are in the Candlekeep Inn now. I'm going to ignore... These guys in the green are called tutors. They will teach you about different aspects of the game. This guy's teaching me about how to buy and sell things. This guy is basic door opening and shit like that. We're going to talk to this guy. This is Firebead Elvenhair.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
He's a guy. He wants me to find this... identify scroll that somebody named Teth Torel has in the inner grounds. So that's our first quest of this game. We also need to go talk to this guy. A couple things you want to...
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Okay, he starts out with a joke about it being 10,000 gold.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
And I went ahead and just... by the way, did you notice on that intro screen the sound was trailing the text flow was going faster than the sound? That's a problem. They need to fix that. Okay, so we have 100 gold that we start out with, and we're gonna ask him after we did our discussion where he tried to charge us 10,000. I got offended. I'm a mage, so I'm gonna buy a sling and a few bullets. And I now have 2 stacks of 80 bullets. I'm also going to buy 1 stack of crossbow bolts. Everybody, regardless of your class, should buy the 1 stack of crossbow bolts. Okay. Something wrong with my apartment. My apartment heat should be warmer than it is. I'll have to deal with that at some point. Maybe when there's the next little cutscene. And that's all you really need. You could buy armor. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I'm a mage, so I don't really use armor, but it would be handy, I guess, in some situations. You can also sleep here if you become injured, and that will heal you a little bit. Main thing is to buy a couple things, especially crossbow bolts, and talk to this guy. That's what you want to do in this walkthrough. Also, if you're either a thief or a fighter with a high strength, you can get a lot more than we're going to get, but we're going to start looting some things. You're going to get 4 gold right there. This guy's asleep, so he's not going to notice us. And then this one, I'm going to try to force it. And it says I have successfully forced the luck. I do that by clicking that and then clicking this onto that. And it basically says use the quarterstaff on this. And I get a necklace. Okay. And then over here, if you push tab, it'll highlight these things. This guy's a sleeping dwarf. So again, we can search this without being detected, theoretically. I'm pressing F2 as a shortcut to get to my quarterstaff. And as you can see, I'm failing to force this lock. If you're a thief or a fighter with a high strength, you might be able to do that, but my low strength mage is not able to do that. Same with this one, I can, if I remember correctly, yes. And then these are going to be occupied. So these are rooms where somebody's standing.
Don't touch me! I might catch something.
And you definitely don't want to steal in front of somebody because they could summon guards and it would, you know, cause you to get caught. So that's all we can really get is that necklace and the 4 gold, which is a good start, but just a start. So if I wanted to, I could sell that necklace, but I'm going to save it for later. Okay, let's go. We're just going to go clockwise. You know, I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, maybe there's a efficient way. Let's talk to this girl.
Hello there.
She wants us to find the History of Hal Rua book. So that's a new quest. I know precisely where that is. These guys are just teachers, so anytime you run into somebody who looks a little different, you probably want to talk to them. Again, a tutor, so we're not going to talk to them. Also, there are sometimes, if you push tab, you can see things you can interact with. We're going to deal with them later, but let's start out by going in here.
Hello.
Oh, goody goody, I've gone and found you first. You're the Word of Grind, no doubt. Who am I as unimportant, but who you are is very much so. I apologize for this dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death, blah, 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 blah. So he's trying to kill me. So this is our first combat. A lot of people, what the hell? Hold on. Oh, I took 1 damage, yeah, I took 1 damage there. Okay, so I didn't really follow that very closely. This is our first combat. Somehow I ended up casting Magic Missile on him. I didn't intend to do that. And he shot me once. And then I hit him. So there's magic damage and crushing damage. I did not mean to cast my one and only spell. I must have had a hotkey or something that I accidentally used. Grab his dagger, and then if I push shift, I can see all these little tab. I can see all these little containers. See if I can force this one. I usually try about 5 times. Nothing there. In the future, by the way, some containers are going to be trapped in dungeons, so you're going to want to be careful about it. But in this early part of the game, there's no traps or anything, so you can freely look through things in this Candlekeep area.
All right, all right.
This person came up to me and said, noticed my cut, and said, did something happen? And I'm going to say, yeah, there's a man in there. He smelled like the stables. He tried to kill me. I love how he says it smelled like the stables. You tell me where the stables are, viewers. Is it this? Is this the stables? No, that's like a workshop. Little hoardings above the wall. Is this the stable? No, that's the clinic, bunkhouse, barrack. I don't see a stable, guys. So I don't know what the plot point of him saying that he smelled like somebody from the stables is. But anyway, this basically NPC coming up to me to tell me about what happened. This guy,
What do you need?
says Flydia, the one we talked to earlier, says she left her book over here. So he's basically telling us how to get the book back. So we want to grab this book here. You can see that, by the way, if you push tab, that opens up.
What do you need?
Okay, so I'm talking to him a second time. This is important. Need to get an antidote off of Null because Nessa the cow is sick. So we're looking for a guy named Hull. I'm gonna keep going around here. These guys are called Watchers, and this guy's red for some reason. I wonder if he's like the captain of the watch. This is the storehouse, so let's go over here. Let's talk to this guy.
Hey,
He wants to. This guy's supposed to teach me how to fight. And so this is like a simulated combat. So I have 5 hit points. They keep hitting me, but they're not doing any damage. And it's just kind of teach you the mechanics of fighting. So you just have to click on it basically, and then they walk away. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. All right, this guy.
Moradin's hammer.
He says I have to go in there and clean up some rats. Let me try to grab. Generally speaking, if there's a container out in the open like this, you can freely access it. Okay, so we're going to click on these rats. Now, this is a very easy fight, and these cats are doing a horrible job of killing the rats. You'll auto-target things, even if... there's a way to change that in the settings, but generally speaking, you're going to auto-target a lot of stuff. Oh, there's a 5th rat. Okay, so you kill all the rats. I don't think they can even damage you. I could be wrong. And I grabbed that. I think there's a ring in there. Talk to him. He says, glorious battle, blah, 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 blah. And so we got 50 experience and 5 gold for that. Obviously, like any other RPG, we're trying to accumulate experience. Yeah, my apartment temperature is off a little bit. Let me just take 30 seconds, viewers. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think it's just taking forever to warm up in here. I think maybe it got turned off and then I turned it back on, and it's just taking forever to warm up. The inner grounds are in there. That's where that guy with the scroll is. But we're going to talk to Hull first. So Hull wants us to find an antidote, and he wants his sword. Yeah, sword. So I'm supposed to get both of those in the barracks. So the antidotes for the other quests that we already saw, and then the sword.
Our rules are very strict.
This guy's saying, he's basically offering to teach me about mass combat. We're going to do that in just a second. It's in there, but we're going to go in here first. This is the infirmary. You just talk to this guy. That's all we can do in here.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
So say yes, that would be nice, and take the potion. So we get a free potion from that guy. Potions would cost, you know, $50 or something.
All right.
If I push I can go to my inventory, and I got this free potion. I can put that in my quick items. I can also put this in my weapon, my second weapon slot. Put my ammo in the ammo slots up here, and we're good to go. Let's go in here and check what he was talking about out. Okay, this guy basically offers to teach me how to do mass combat. So we have a little party, and myself, I'm one of them, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna stand back and let them do it because whatever. I mean, it's just annoying. And they're just kind of auto-killing these gibberlings. Very low-level creatures. I don't even think I get experience for... Yeah, I don't even get experience. They're just trying to teach me how to do it. Then I can tell you from past experience, there's nothing to loot in there. And if you try to loot their equipment, it'll just disappear. So it's kind of just to teach you. You can't actually gain anything from it.
What would you have me? All right.
Our rules are very strict.
So that's that guy. Okay, moving along, continuing clockwise. Let's see if there's anything in either of these containers. $15 gold, that's pretty good. By the way, you can press, if you forget which quest you're on, press J. Brings up your quest journal. So you can do Flydia's book, for example, and it'll tell me she's looking for this particular book. If I push I can see that I have that in my inventory. I found it in the haystack. So that's how you check on your quests. I'm going a little quickly for people who aren't familiar. And we have another guy who's trying to kill me. So I'm just gonna... Ooh, I need to switch to my... Ooh, yikes. I'm injured. This is not good. If I die here... Oh, man. Okay, that was a close one, guys. I forgot to save it, and okay, fortunately that's the last combat we have until a while. So that's kind of a risk. Like, you gotta watch yourself. I just took 4 points of damage out of 5, and I took 1 earlier, so out of 6. So I'm injured. This guy's gonna do the same thing that Parma did earlier.
On your mind?
He's dead. Whoever it was, he lunged at me with a knife. Oh, Karen, what was happening in this place? Blah, blah, blah. Something bad's happening. Gorian's waiting. Blah, 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 blah. Trouble. Blah, 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 blah. You're not safe here anymore. Okay, so we're getting the idea that something urgent's happening, and we are the cause, and we need to get the hell out of here. Okay, so this is the barracks. This is an important stop along the way, because we get a couple of things. First of all, talk to this guy and say, Hole forgot his sword. And this guy says is back here on the right wall. Talk to him again, though, and say, I was wondering if you had any errands I could run. Says he wants a quarrel of crossbow bolts. Talk to him again and say, here you are. So he rewards us for giving him those bolts we bought earlier at Winthrop's at the inn. We're also going to take these items as well. Left-clicking on those in the menu. And then we're going to get out of here. Don't even try to steal anything. It's a bad idea. Okay, so we are pretty much... we've done most of the quests now. I do need to talk to Toril in here. So we're going to head into the inner curtain now. This takes a second. I'm very pleased to report that my apartment's now up to 68 degrees instead of 67 degrees.
Greetings, young one.
I hope that's a good sign. Okay, so we got a scroll from him, the identify scroll. Now you can keep that if you want. Same with the antidote. I could just go talk to Gorian and keep those things, but I'm kind of a completionist. I like to complete quests if I can. And these are, you know, in the big scheme of things, not very important items. I can get many other
All right.
copies of them elsewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and give him this Identify Scroll. He gives me Protection from Evil spell, 50 experience. So, you know, probably not worth it, but just trying to play the story along.
My hotel's as clean as an elven
I'm going to go ahead and sell the daggers, the silver necklace, and the warhammer, and the silver ring. Keep the 2 quest items. And I'm also going to sleep. And the royal room costs 8, but you know, you get more healing out of it, so I'm going to go there, and I'm almost back to full health now. You can rest as many times. It doesn't break the story at all. It's just kind of...
Very well.
Only you know that you've done that. And there's kind of this...
Hello there.
I'm giving her book back, by the way, so she's going to give me 50 experience, and I gain an item. And the item I gain is this gem. I guess I could have gone and sold that as well, but I'll just keep it on my inventory. Gotta help cure this cow real quick. And then I gotta give the guy a sword, and then I'll go see Gorion.
What do you need?
Okay, so I got 50 experience. And then let's... Again, obviously the antidote is more valuable than 50... Well, I don't know. It's hard to say more valuable than experience, but if I push R, which is character record, you can see I need 2205. I think I've already gotten like 200 experience or so. So I need... So, you know, probably start at about 2400. Maybe 2500. Yeah, I probably started at 2500. So I've probably gotten 295. Okay, so we'll talk to this guy. And he gives me 10 gold and 50 more experience. Again, pressing R. Getting that down close to the next level.
Hey, it's me, Emmowen.
Okay, she's going to talk to me. I say, I'm afraid I can't chat today, little one. She doesn't like me calling her little one. This is her Baldur's Gate 2 picture, by the way. That was a mod that I installed. Okay, so I just kind of make idle chatter with her. She's basically there to A, remind me that we're friends, and B, tell me to go to Gorion. So I'm going to go to Gorion now. This is Gorion.
My child, I am glad I have found you.
He basically says, hurry, let's go. You can say there's a few more things I must do. Now, let me real quick talk about this. Okay. Oops. Okay, that's pause. We're at hour 17 right now. I think we started probably at hour 9 or 10 or something. So we spent 8 hours sleeping. So we've been he wants us to leave by the end of the night, I think, and we're gonna figure out more about that in a second.
You must learn to be patient, child.
But let's go ahead and just do this. So he wants us to get out of here.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated,
I'm just gonna let it play.
That you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's hurry, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
Okay. So obviously, pursuant to the discussion we were having earlier, by the way, you didn't need to rest like where I did, because you're auto-healed when you start this encounter. But basically what happened is we left Candlekeep, and then not too long after we left, we were ambushed by these people in this weird, druidic-looking field. This guy knows who we are and refers to me specifically and says, hand over your ward and you won't be hurt. If you resist, it'll be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unheard.
Needless to say, this appears to be the cause of Gorion and everybody else's concern earlier.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
So we're under attack. I think it's impossible for you to die in this battle, but it shows you walking away, and it shows them going after Gorion. And Gorion's just like massacring them right now. He casted like a, what's that called? Mirror image spell, which is awesome. This fight pretty much goes this way every time. The priest there and the armored figure survive.
Dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Very pleased that this text was actually consistent with the verbal thing, unlike the last one.
Hey, it's me, Emoen.
Okay, so Emoen says she followed me. Those monks are a bore. Saw Gorion, so sorry. Figured something was going to happen. How could you have known? Gorion didn't even tell me. Well, she accidentally read the letter on his desk. Can't remember exactly what it said, but might still have. It might be on his body anyway. Not gonna let you wander here alone. Never let a friend down. No, sir. Stick with me. Blah blah blah. So, as I mentioned, I'm a true neutral elf mage. Emoen is a human thief neutral good. So we're buds from Candlekeep, and this again is a Baldur's Gate 2 picture, not her Baldur's Gate 1 picture where she has brown hair, a little more punky, which is consistent with her personality, I guess. Excellent dexterity, so she's a great thief. Good intelligence as well. So she could be a mage if she wanted, and in fact, by Baldur's Gate 2, she dual classes into the mage line. But I'm gonna keep her as a thief for quite a while without dual classing. She doesn't have much in the way of equipment, but she does have a few potions and a potion of speed and a magic missile wand. By the way, just for what it's worth, you have to be 9 intelligence to use this, so a non-mage can use that. She also has only 40 arrows.
Hurry up!
You can drag this box around your characters and right-click on the map, so you can singularly move them, or you can move multiple, obviously.
Hello there.
Ooh, this guy caught my attention here. Okay. Hey, I'm Emoen, and that's my friend Eleonaro. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so this guy is basically designed to kind of help you get your bearings if you don't know what you're doing. Basically referring to the carnage up north. Tells me north is the Friendly Arm Inn, south is Baragos. Friendly Arm is better rates. Okay. So he gives me some basic tips about how to proceed here. Ooh. Okay, now, finally, this fight actually matters. What would you have me do? So I'm gonna have Emoen attack with her bow.
I've had enough of this. I cannot.
Keep in mind, I have no armor for her yet, and I have only 6 points. She has 8 hit points. But I'm using missile weapons, and we did manage to take down that dribbling boy. This is a little different. Last time I did my playthrough, I ended up over here and moving up. This time I started out over here. I wonder if that's like randomized.
What would you have me
Either way, we're gonna stick to missile weapons and try to avoid trouble until we get some armor and some protection and stuff. Maybe a fighter tank kind of guy. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make your way up to here, where this battle took place. And there's a bunch of stuff from the dead guys, and then Gorion's stuff.
Your wish?
Grab Gorion's stuff real quick.
Okay. You're a queer fellow.
So she's bringing up, oh, he died, that's so sad. I was scared, blah blah blah. I usually
Hurry up.
summarize
All
these
right, all
conversations.
right.
You can left click, by the
What would
way,
you have me
where
do?
you want to send a guy. Right clicking is more allows for more customizable
What you want? This way.
location request. Okay, so I'm just grabbing all this stuff.
All right, all right.
I'm going back to my inventory now. I could learn this spell. I'm gonna quick save real quick. This is something I meant to do earlier. Just push Q to quick save. I'm gonna right click on that. So I went ahead and copied that to my spell book by clicking on Write Magic. I'm gonna right click on this, copy that note, so I have it in my journal. And then let's read this. Please forget my friend. So it's to Gorion. It's from somebody named E. It looks like. Please forgive my abruptness while with which I write. What we have feared may soon come to pass, though not in the manner we are foretold. Increasing difficulty forecasting events. We have done what we can. Perhaps we've been too sheltering of me, I think. Despite my desire to remain neutral in the affair, can't in good conscience let them proceed. I urge you to leave Candlekeep this very night if possible, which we did. Darkness may seem threatening, but a moving target is harder to hit. Fighting chance, blah, blah, blah. Should anything go awry, don't seek to hesitate to seek aid. Look for stronger party members. These two are in the Friendly Armin. Luck be with us all. I'm getting too old for this. E. I already copied it. So that's a note from this guy who, you know, most of you know. It's Elminster. He's
Hurry
the
up. All right,
wizard
all right.
of this area. Very, very powerful wizard. So yeah, he's basically just saying, hey, you're in danger. Get the hell out of there. A lot of these areas you can explore. I can tell you right now, what you're going to want to do is find a guide. I like the one at Dudleyville, or Mike's RPG is good, or there's a bunch of good guides out there, but there's just a few points of interest, so we're going to head back down to here.
What would you have me do? If you insist.
So, yeah, she's basically just doing random banter now. And, you know, I don't get much of a kick out of... I think it's a little inefficient to worry too much about those little random, how are you doing kind of thoughts. I mean, I know that that's good role-playing, but here's the first point of interest. It's these guys. Czar and Monterine. They're just standing on the road like idiots.
Montaran, you are so aggravating! 'Tis disturbing to my demeanor!
He looks a little bit wacky. Basically, they're offering to help. They want to go to Nashkel. So,
Very well.
we now have 4 party members, and by the way, we can only have 6, so this is a fairly quick accumulation of party members, but I think it's safer to have them. Now, I'll just show you real quick. This guy is multiclass. He's a fighter thief, so he's not bad. Decent stats, not outrageously good, but, you know, decent. Good dex, for example. And so he's probably a decent thief as well. This guy is a necromancer, so a mage type unit. 17 intelligence, pretty good, you know, very good. Certainly way above average. Chaotic evil, neutral evil. So, you know, not the best. Not the best people in terms of alignment. Okay, so we're just... I think ultimately we're going to temporarily use them, but probably not permanently. So I'll go... He has a studded leather armor. I could give that to MON. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give... I'm going to give him this basic leather armor. I'm going to give Imoen the studded leather. She's not a mage yet, so we definitely want her in armor. What is this? A longsword? I don't know. I'll keep that in Imoen's for now. And then this guy has a couple spells. I'm going to give that to me, because I need to be the focus of the mage class here. So Lorelux Minor Drain. Basically, it takes 4 damage, and the mage gains 4 damage. Oh, and I can actually go above my max HP for one turn. Go ahead and write that. And then this one is Chill Touch. So this one basically, you attack the life force of a creature. 1d2 fist damage. And if they don't make their saving throw, which is a type of roll, then they suffer an extra 1d8 damage and receive a -2 THAC0 penalty for basically they get really cold. So the way this works is 1d2 is 1 to 2 plus 1 to 8. So if you add those up, you can do 2 to 10 damage total if they don't get their saving throw. And it slows them down a little bit. That's the THAC0. The THAC0, THAC0 starts out at 20. THAC0 stands for 2-hit armor class 0. Armor class is up here. Basically, the way this works is if you start out with a number here, and if you're low level, it's high, so 20 is your starting point. You roll a d20, and then you subtract that from the THAC0. So in this case, if let's say you rolled a 16, you do 20 minus 16, you'd hit armor class 4 and above, but not below. This person has an armor class of 3, so they would dodge that or whatever. They would not take the hit, or their armor would block it or whatever. Some factor affecting their armor class would cause them to block this. This one's easy. I have an armor class of 10. I have a dexterity bonus of -3 based upon my dexterity, which is 17. 17 gives you a +3. 18 gives you a +4. So if we take a look at hers, its dexterity is and it's -4. So 10 minus 4 is 6, and then the studded leather gives you -3 from there. That's interesting. Well, okay, so the studded leather gets you down to 7, and then your dexterity goes 4 below that, so it's 3. And then because of the particular armor, there's these special types of damage blocking for missile, piercing, and slashing types of damage that go above and beyond that, but your base is like 3, and then if it's a missile weapon, it would be 2. If it's a piercing weapon, it'd be 2. If it's a slashing weapon, it would be 1. So that's pretty good. That's a little bit more than you needed to know about AC and THAC0 and such. Go ahead and keep putting those up there. Okay, so that is what we wanted to do with them, and then if you go...
I hate the woods. Prey be so much easier to find in the city.
Okay, so that is...
If you insist.
What Montaron says. Now, I can tell you, if you go up a little ways here, and you start looking around with your cursor, and actually if you push tab...
What would you have
I think the tab will show it. Will the tab show it? There it is. I'm sorry. So you always want to be pushing tab, because you can find little secrets, and this is one right here. At this bend in the road. So there's a diamond. So you, this is a very valuable gem. MON comments, Winterviews tell me that diamonds don't grow on trees, like money doesn't grow on trees. But apparently this one does, so that makes MON happy.
Your wish, if you insist.
You know, so gems are one way of getting money in this game. So as you can see on this is the world map now. And there are these little areas on the world map. This is the one where we were. This is the one where we currently are. It's called the Lion's Way or something like that. And then what we're going to do to decide where to go next. So we have to go to this one. This is the only one that's available. So we'll go ahead and click on that and click travel.
Oh there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Okay, so this guy just says old man. He says, ho there, wanderers. And he says, stay the course that he just said. And then he's asking if I can ask you some questions. And then Imoen chimes in, and then he smiles. He knows Imoen's name somehow. Wants me, the quiet one, to speak. I'll just ask him how to get to Friendly Armin. So that I would. The inn is about a short distance to the north, and its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there, waiting with open arms. My sympathies for any hardships, blah, 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 blah. I shall take my leave and wish thee all the best. Now, this guy is Elminster, but the game kind of disguises it. He's the guy that wrote Gorion the letter, and he's kind of looking after everything. He generally likes to remain neutral. But he wanted to check on me, and so he's going to walk away, and that's pretty cool. He is a very, very powerful wizard. Probably the most powerful entity we've come across, and possibly will come across in the game. This is the Lion's Way, Candlekeep to the west, Coast Way to the east. So, again, if we go to M, we are now on the Coastway, or the Lion's Way, I guess. You can see we've traveled, and we need to go north at this point. So we are going to do that, but as we continue our playthrough here, we are going to take a look at this part of the map. There's a couple little things that we can get here. Sorry about that. First of all, I guess let's just go...
If you insist.
This way a little ways and a little bit up. Okay, and we got an enemy. And you know what? I need to do something. I need to change a setting. And it's actually under autopause. Autopause, enemy sighted. I want the game to automatically pause when an enemy is sighted. Okay, so this is pause. You can unpause with spacebar. Everything turns dark, just to clarify. I'm going to have my missile weapon people go ahead and attack, and I'm going to have Montron get out here in front, just in case. Okay, so Imoen got it there.
I must. What need ye dead?
And I don't... It looks like he didn't drop anything. Unfortunately, it's kind of behind a tree, so it's hard to see, but there's nothing there.
If you insist.
Alright, so I'm going to head up just a hair. And again, for whatever reason, there's a little ring or something in here.
You're a queer fellow. This way.
So I'm going to grab that ring now. Here's the deal. You can right-click, and sometimes you'll know what it is based on your character's talents. Mages and clerics have a certain amount of lore, as do thieves. Or you need a spell to identify. In this case, I can't identify it, just like I can't identify this belt that I got from Gorion's body. So we are going to temporarily just keep it in our inventory. I can tell you, a spoiler alert, that it is a ring of protection. Which, like armor, adds to your, or decreases from your armor class. Okay, so, let's see, this is the intersection here, and this is the little curve in the road here, so I need to go down. And one thing that the game is going to start introducing to us as we go, by the way, again, I'm going to press quick save just in case. We're being super careful about creatures. As we walk in the wilderness, you can run across little creatures that might kill you. The game's going to start introducing us to this plot. We heard a little bit about an iron shortage, I think, or maybe we didn't. But this is a caravan. Violent death, no evidence to suggest bandits were responsible, but you think your hunch is that it was bandits?
You funny looking.
Okay, so this kid confirms that it was bandits.
Your wish? All right, all right.
So there's also some back story here about a plot between the Amnians and the people of this region, which is governed by Baldur's Gate, and they want to send troops to garrison Baragast, which is a big town. Baragast here. Baldur's Gate, for what it's worth, is up here, and Amn, the border, is basically right along here. So this is an Amnian city. That's kind of meta knowledge that you wouldn't necessarily know. Baldur's Gate 2 takes place completely in that Am region. Amn. 7 gold, that's what I want there.
All right, all right.
Oh, by the way,
What would you have me do?
you can click on these books. This is the mage book. This is the cleric book. I can only learn one spell right now, and I have magic missile, but this is how you would change your spells. And you can go up levels. Each spell has a level associated. So magic missile and chill touch and everything are just one. Level 1, but
You're very well.
anyway. So I only have one spell, which is kind of pathetic, but hey, we're very new at this. And here's another toppled... Ooh, boy. That is a group of bandits, and that is something we got to be careful about. They could kill us very easily. Okay, so I'm going to run away. And I'm going to have this guy
Sleep lightly, taskmaster.
maybe stay... One thing I could do
What you want?
is kind of be a little bit cheeky about this. I could try to... I don't think I can backstab. Maybe I'll have this guy do it, though, because he's better thief than Emmeline right now.
This better be good.
So, one thing... There's this thing called Party AI. I'm going to turn it off real quick.
What need ye dead?
Because the thieves are automatically detecting traps. And I got to turn that off. And I'm going to try this thing called Hide in Shadows. So this guy's now hiding in shadows. He cannot be seen. And what you want to do, maybe, is get up right behind somebody and attack them. It's called backstabbing. It just does a whole bunch of damage, and they don't see it coming. And that totally... Wow, 25 damage for a level 2 character. That's insane. So these guys are going to follow him and attack him now, and he might get shot. Yeah, that hurt. Okay. This is going to be a tough one to win. Let's see what spell he has. He has Larlux Minor Drain, so he can get 4 hit points off of people. I'm going to also have my guy do Magic Missile on that same guy. And then my strategy is basically going to be to kite this guy with this guy.
Spoke at me?
And kiting being the standard practice of luring somebody around the map while you're long distance people. I'm going to have him take a potion.
Go suck your blood.
Ooh, he's going to get a critical hit here. That one hurt. He'd be dead if it wasn't for that potion, by the way. Okay, so hopefully we can survive 1 or 2 hits here. This ain't gonna be pretty. I might want to think about reloading.
Stop touching me!
I'm gonna have him run away now, and hopefully I can get a shot off here. Okay, I got my magic missile off.
Your wish?
Oh, and we're getting gibberlings as well.
This better be...
Yeah, this isn't going well. Oh, I did kill him, though. That's nice.
Montaron,
I care not.
I never... Something troubling you?
Let's do it. I'll do another drain spell on this guy. And my guy's about to die, so this is just not going well. Ooh, I did kill him, though.
What would you have me do? Your wish?
See if I... Oh, and I died. Okay, so that's kind of how these early battles go. That's why we quick save. Well, I guess it's this one. So here we are back on the other side of this rock. So what we're going to do this time, I'll do the caravan real quick. We'll repeat that. Sure wish my apartment would warm up. I mean, you need to spend a little bit more time looking at that. Let's grab this. I think that those bandits might have been restored by the unfinished business mod. Could be wrong on that, but...
You funny looking.
Okay, so we're just repeating what we've already done, so I'm not going to go over it.
Hey,
Now, you saw in that combat example that although it didn't go our way, it's not like we were completely incapable of winning. We'll probably have to come back and try that one again sometime. One that I'm pretty sure we could win, though, is over here. If we kind of avoid that, I mean, they were kind of located over here. So I'm going to kind of go up and around. Quick save. It doesn't hurt to quick save as long as you're not getting yourself into a bind. Just following the wood line here, and there's going to be something right over here. Okay, and it's an ogre. And I'm just going to have everybody attack it. He doesn't have any... I'm going to turn party A off again. It's not a bad idea to have this on, necessarily. But, yeah, let's turn it off.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Definitely don't let this guy get too close. I'm gonna have him do a drain. I'm gonna have my guy do magic missile, and I'll have Montron take the lead here.
Your wish, if you insist.
And I'll have him do his other drain. Why not?
My blade will cut you down to size.
Okay, so he is getting pretty injured.
A death be in me. This better be good.
I guess I'll have to use that potion again. We're struggling with this one. MON's only doing 2 damage on a critical hit. That's insane. Okay, that was better. 8 damage there. I really just need like 1 or 2 more shots. And this guy, I'm going to send him in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the reason we wanted to kill him is because he has a couple of magical girdles, and I'm going to take them both, but I'm not going to equip either. And that is all we need to do in this region for now, although we might come back and dispatch those bandits that we know about now a little bit later. Oh, and we've got a wolf. So I'll have people, my missile units can hopefully kill him.
Some hardly was my time.
And we got an injury there.
Spoke at me?
Wish I had more missile capability.
I'll do your toil.
I'll just kite the guy a little bit. There we go.
Your wish, if you insist.
I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video up by getting to this border up here. And I don't know what that was, but
Hello, pal.
what's this? This is a hunter. Most interesting is an ogre he saw, so we just took that, did the same thing he did with the ogre. I want to come this way. This says friendly arm into the north. Okay. So this is going to conclude our live stream for the day. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Baldur's Gate, and we'll pick it up at the Friendly Arm Inn.